Hey, I'm meteorologist Doug Myers with the latest forecast heading into this Friday. We finally made it to the end of the work week. Yesterday, we had highs in the low to mid 80s. I think we'll be more in the mid to upper 80s today with gradual decrease in cloud cover. So getting into some sun for today. Very, very low chance that there might be some pop-up shower, even a thunderstorm. I'm a little bit hesitant on that half inch there in Topeka. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm a little bit more in line with the graph, but we'll continue to monitor the trends for today. If any pop-up showers that may develop with some locally heavy rainfall. Otherwise, the UV index back to the very high category at 9 with a little bit better chance of getting more sun by this afternoon compared to some of the clouds we'll have this morning. And so with the light to variable winds we'll have today, along with the fairly high humidity, limit your time outside. Please make sure you're staying safe. Even though the temperatures itself aren't bad, there's not going to be much of a breeze to help. So it could start to feel a little bit uncomfortable, especially as the clouds begin to clear out for this afternoon. And with some of that, not a whole lot of haze from the smoke from the wildfires, so we're doing okay there. So here's a look at Supercast and showing the gradual decrease in cloud cover through the day today. Not much as far as rain is concerned. Gently mostly cleared tonight. We will have a storm system developing out in western Nebraska that will work its way down in central Kansas for tonight into tomorrow morning. And then as we head towards the afternoon, there might still be a few isolated activity as we head into the afternoon hours from that storm system. Now that's going to be important because each storm system that passes through anywhere in Kansas or anywhere across the middle part of the country could develop what we call an outflow boundary. That's a mini front that storms will develop that models do not pick up very well on to the point where storms, that could be the initiation for the next round of storms. So that is one of the biggest reasons why we need to take this weather pattern on a day-by-day basis, because each round of storms, the next round could have an impact on what that previous round does. And if it creates an outflow boundary. Not much is going on with this particular computer model through midnight on Saturday night. Yeah, some isolated activity here and there, but for the most part, not. Now, our other short-term computer model, this is our in-house computer model, the graph top left there, that is bringing some very heavy rainfall to the area, even late Saturday afternoon into Saturday night. The other computer models, or our medium and long range models, aren't necessarily indicating quite that heavy of rainfall. So again, I'm a little bit hesitant on specific details for the weekend. But if we are going to have storms over the weekend, I'm concerned about Saturday afternoon through Sunday morning. If you have any outdoor plans Saturday afternoon, if you have any outdoor plans Sunday morning, and obviously if you have any outdoor plans Saturday night. Camping overnight Saturday night this weekend probably not the greatest idea, because there is still that probability that storms could impact at least a portion of northeast Kansas. Now, specifically where, there's still some uncertainty on that, and specifically how much rain, again, there's a little bit of uncertainty on that. So we'll continue to monitor that trend throughout the rest of the day today into the weekend. Thunderstorm risk, it's mainly going to be this morning, but we may have a little bit of a pop-up activity this afternoon, mainly for our western and southern communities, and not much in the northeastern section of the viewing area. So I know that's a little bit hard to determine where that thunderstorm risk is, but no severe weather. It's just thunderstorm risk, non-severe thunderstorms. And then we do have that margin risk of severe weather with any storms that pop up over the weekend. Quarter-size hail, 60 mile per hour wind gusts. I don't really see anything getting more than that. Temperatures will generally be in the mid to upper 80s over the weekend, of course, depending on thickness of cloud cover and or rain. That will certainly determine whether or not temperatures are closer to the mid 80s or closer to 90. And then I do expect a lot of low 90s next week, maybe a brief cool down in the upper 80s as we get towards the Wednesday, Thursday time frame, where we might get a little bit cooler. And I'm still expecting most of the storm activity to be during the overnight periods. We'll obviously monitor the daytime hours, especially late afternoon, but especially during the morning hours of Tuesday and Wednesday. So just be aware of that trend as well heading into next week. But we still have this excessive heat and the 8 to 14 day outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. So there's that possibility that some areas might be in the mid to possibly upper 90s, especially out towards central Kansas at some point in time towards the end of next week or weekend. So be mindful of that. Be aware of that possibility. We're in the red on all three of our time frames and equal chances of drier than normal weather than normal on all three of our time frames too. So at least that's some good news. We're not drier than normal. Yeah, well, you might want or need at least a couple of days of completely dry conditions. It does look like we continue with this unsettled weather pattern. Potentially that could take us through the rest of the month. So we're taking this on a day-by-day basis based on potential outflow boundaries that develop with each round of storms that push through, not necessarily just here in eastern Kansas, but across our region, whether it's in central Kansas, whether there might be one in southeastern Nebraska storm system, even western Missouri. There could be an outflow boundary that develops on the western half of a complex of storms that pushes back into our area, and that could be the fuel for the next round of storms that develops in our area. So it's a weather pattern that needs to be taken on a day-by-day basis. We will do our best to update you as we take it on that daily basis and letting you know what the latest computer models are indicating. But in the short term, at least for now, the way it looks, any outdoor plans that you have between Saturday afternoon through Sunday morning, stay extra aware. Otherwise, I think for the most part, we'll be okay today. I think we'll be okay Saturday morning. I think we'll be okay Sunday afternoon. That's the way it looks right now. Have a great day.